Hi, I'm Kieran. Welcome to On Today's Ride, and this week, in the fourth part of my Scottish Odyssey, we're still in the beautiful Cairngorms. Yeah, so we're still in the Cairngorms. I was on the east side of the Cairngorms in Aberdeenshire, which is the sort of northeast of Glasgow and Edinburgh, and now I've travelled all the way around the other way, around the north side of the Cairngorms to a little town called Aviemore, which is famous for being a ski resort. I don't know how much skiing they get done nowadays in these days of global warming, but it's certainly got some good mountain bike trails. It's got a fantastic gravel bike ride I want to do tomorrow, and so we'll stick around here. Beautiful place to camp for tonight. This is my view. My van's just over there, so this is what I'll be looking at in the morning. And yeah, great. It's not raining. Yay! Well, it's the next morning. Had a good night's sleep. Woke up. Yes, the view was beautiful from the van, but the second I stepped out of the van, I have never seen so many midges in my life. Remember the midges? The wee timorous beasties. It's a little bit hard to say wee beasties without affecting a Scottish accent. Timorous beasties is, of course, Robert Burns, I think, the great Scottish poet. But yeah, there were just clouds of them, and I thought I'd try and see if I could get them on film, but they're so small. I think all you'd see is me jumping around, slapping myself around the head in some weird, what would look like some weird psychotic stroke, hallucinogenic meltdown. So I didn't bother with that, but trust me, it was bad. So I retreated to the van, emerged a couple of hours later, and then once the sun was up, they'd kind of gone, and it was a lovely view. Okay, weather is fine. I think it was saying rain later this afternoon yesterday, but the forecast changes every 23 seconds here, so I couldn't check it now because the internet's not working. So, just get out and enjoy it and take a raincoat. I'm on the old logging track to Aviemore, which is a nice gravel path. And then I'm going to do something called the Burma Loop on the gravel bike. Makes a change from mountain biking. It's supposed to be a lovely loop and not too much climbing, so that's a nice combination. And then, well, that'll probably be us done with exercise for the day. I did a little bit of mountain biking first thing, did some red routes up in Ballagish forest up above us here. And then we're going to drive on to a mountain bike centre and take in a great tourist attraction along the way. Lovely down through the Scots pines and the heather. Nice little single track this, linking, it's a bike path linking Aviemore to Glencoe, where I was parked up for the night. You can see the main road's right next to it, but we're off the road and away from the traffic. Okay, on the main route now, the Burma Loop. Don't know why it's called that. Don't know when it was called that. Certainly hasn't been changed to the Myanmar Loop. Maybe all will be revealed at some point. But a bit of a climb up. Very pretty though. It's this lovely Cairngorm heather scenery, blue skies, nice temperature. 18-19 degrees, perfect. So this loop is basically one huge climb up and then drop down and a bit of flat beginning and end, but I think this one is for the views and the scenery. Very, very pretty. So you see these fences, they're a lot higher than Welsh ones. Welsh ones would come to about here to keep the sheep in, but these fences, I like these gates as well, open both ways, you can just let it slam shut. Very good. Yeah, these fences are for keeping out a different beast, red deer, which are very prevalent in the Highlands. They get hunted. It's not hunting season, I think. Yeah, but then you've got big deer, you need big fences. Look at that heather. I thought we got heather in North Wales, but I have never seen anything quite as remarkable as that. It's right in its pomp, I think, at the moment. absolutely stunning. The hills are just purple. Okay, back from the ride. That was absolutely stunning. That's one of the prettiest, if not the prettiest gravel ride I've ever done. And not a lot of investment either. One big climb up, and then it was all downhill or kind of flat, a bit rolling. So yeah, very pretty. Back in the van, cup of coffee. And a Tunnocks tea cake. Look at that fantastic packaging. Possibly the most iconic Scottish snack that there is. So a Tunnocks tea cake, they're very sweet, is basically, I shall unwrap one on air, is a confection. Ooh, this one's leaked slightly. It's a sort of chocolatey thing with, I have to take a bite and then you can see, filled with sort of biscuit and marshmallow. Very good, very Scottish, very sweet. But there you go. You've got to try Tunnocks tea cake at some point. Okay, I think it's time for a wee dram, and where better to go than the Dalwhinnie distillery. Driven past it many times, never been in. Today is the day, I think. Visitor centre, that's us. It's a little bit late in the day, so hopefully they're still open for business. That's lovely old barrels. Fantastic view. Okay, Dalwhinnie, let's go inside, see what we can see. Yeah, outside the Dalwhinnie distillery, there's a lovely smell of whisky in the air. Going to go in, see what we can see, maybe get a little taste. It's that time of day. Open it. Ooh. A little look around. Bottle of your own. £130. Yeah, so they've got some nice old bottlings. 30-year-old, £600. 21-year-old, £640. This is 11-year-old. A few other malts. Carlila. Now these are more my style. Carlila is from Islay, Lagavulin also from Islay. Smoky, very smoky. Distillery exclusive bottling. Charred and rejuvenated red wine casks.
If you want to buy that one, you can quite possibly 2 kidneys.
Yeah. Like that one.
What is it? 4,000.
Very nice indeed.
That's fine. We still want this now.
Okay, it's a nice little sampling. I like that the special reserve one, but it's £105 a bottle, which is slightly out of my price range. Anyway, it's good to drop in, check it out, and now we're going to move on. We're going to spend the night somewhere nearby, because there's another mountain bike centre nearby called Lagan Wolf Tracks, which I have ridden before a couple of times, but I'm very happy to go back. So yeah, we'll drive on and then we'll spend the night there. And the good news, they've got showers. I haven't had a proper shower for some time. Okay, it's Monday morning. The rain stopped, the sun's sort of out. It's not warm, but it's okay. I'm at Lagan Wolf Tracks mountain bike centre. Spent the night here, riding up to do, well, I'm going to do the red, then I'm going to do the black, which is fairly stiff for the grade, thus the full face helmet. You never know. Yeah, but great trails, love it here. So I'll do some stuff here, and then I'm going to head into Fort William later, aka Fort Bill, because tomorrow I'm booked into the centre there, Nevis Trails, using the gondola uplift. So supposedly some really excellent trails. I tried to go last year, and high winds put the gondola out of action. But forecast for tomorrow looks good. Okay, up and up we go. Something I like about Lagan, which is a bit different from other trail centres, is that the climbing is quite techy. It's not just boring fire road, as we call it, which is just a sort of wide track that the trucks use to get in and out of the forest for logging. It's quite technical, so it's quite tough. But that's for me, that's much more interesting. So yeah, that's one of the good features of Lagan. Okay, done the climb up. At the top of the black, the Wolf of Badenoch. Black severe. Expect long and steep climbs, descents and jumps, numerous hazards including drop-offs and severe features. Rapid rate of surface change. Commitment required. Yep, I'll say that. Now, another interesting feature that Lagan has got is what's known as a squirrel catcher. It's a slightly absurd term, but you get it at quite a few trail centres. This is basically, you can see the rocks all the way down, is a squirrel catcher. So a squirrel catcher it's a feature at the beginning of a trail that's quite stiff. And what it does is it catches out the squirrels. So the squirrels are the people who've decided to ride a black, who don't really know what it means and are not really have the skills for it. And they ride down this and then down the next bit, and they realise quite quickly, maybe I'll just do the red. Okay, into the black run, the Wolf of Badenoch. Straight into the squirrel catchers. Take it easy, rocks are dry at least. I just went the wrong way on that one. Woo-hoo. Yeah, that will catch out the squirrels. One of the tougher bits, actually, if I remember. Thing is, you don't always remember, and then you go, oh fuck, I've forgotten about that bit. Quite rocky, natural rocks. Oh, nice fire Garrick there. Yeah, as I said, I think I said before, this is one of the toughest blacks I know. You know, single black trail centre. Oh, slip the pedal. And it can get used as a sort of metric. So I think I mentioned that already. Where I'm going tomorrow, I wasn't sure how the black run was, but I saw someone describe it as, if you can do Lagan black, you'll be alright. And down. Whew. Survived. Okay, I'm on one of the red runs called the Rib Rattler, the Rib Breaker, but there's a black feature on it called Ayers Rock. Sick. I suspect they know they haven't spelt it properly. So I'm just going to have a look. I have done it before. It looks worse than it is, but it's kind of steep. But it's pretty smooth. If you just take a line down here, and it's dry as well, so it's fine. But you do pick up quite a tremendous amount of speed, even in those few meters. You hit the bottom into that right-hand bend. Bit of a skid, so let's have a go. Okay, there's rock. We can get going. Skidding all the way down, just made it. What did I tell you? Finally, after days of waiting, I have in my hand the magic coin. A shower! Yay! Okay, another day, another bike park. I am in Fort William at the Nevis Range Bike Park, which is on the sides of Ben Nevis, the highest mountain in the UK and Scotland, clearly. And I'm going to use the gondola uplift, so because it's a ski station in the winter, so I'm going to use the gondola uplift, which I've had to pay heavily for. I'm going to do the blue run a couple of times, and then I'll steel myself for the black. So firstly, you've got to work out how to get the bike on the gondola. Hopefully someone will help. And in. I got it to myself. Got the approval from the guy. So hopefully my bike isn't going to fall off. Weather conditions, well, it was pissing down when I woke up. It's Nevis, it's always raining. Fort William's always raining. It was lovely when I arrived yesterday. However, so lovely this morning, but it is clearing. You can see the mountain now, so well, we'll see. It does say something about high winds, and to be careful on the black. Wheels on the ground, no jumping. Anyway, let's see what this gondola ride's like. Next one's going. Well, I'm at the World Cup downhill, the orange. I said I wouldn't do it. Looks like I've been talked into it. But various people have told me it's not harder than the black, it's just very fast. So if you don't go super fast, you should be alright. But I do love this warning on the sign. Warning, designed to be ridden downwards. No shit, Sherlock. Okay, let's get into the stocks and hit the run. Beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep. Okay, I said wouldn't do it. I'm doing it. The orange run, the World Cup downhill, the one they were using for the World Champs last week. Okay, so I'm doing it because I spoke to a few people and they said it's not technically harder than the black. In fact, a couple of people said they even thought it might be a bit easier. Anyway, we'll see about that. Certainly fairly easy to start with. It's a lot faster. I mean, it's a racetrack. I will not be racing it. I will just go down and take it easy because I know there's a few gap jumps on it. And I don't do gap jumps unless they're real baby ones. So, views have opened up, as you can see. Look at that. Wow, fantastic. In fact, stop and get a photo, I think. That is superb. Okay, slightly rocky section, to say the least. Straight down. It's very rocky and bumpy, but there's a line. There is a line there. Do, 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 do. Peepers, peepers. Another little rocky bit. Oh, step out and down. Oh, yeah. Oh, you just made that one. And that one. No, just the two step. Well, made it down safe and sound into Fort William, and I think after all that hardcore mountain biking, it's time for a pint. So let's see, in the local pub, well, Wetherspoon's pub, we shall have. Can I have a pint of Sky Red, please? Okay, pint of Sky Red. Looks very nice. Take it to our table. Okay, I'm sitting in the corner because there's sockets here. I can charge my stuff. Okay. So, slide. Very nice and very well deserved. Okay, one last ride in Scotland. One last thing that I need to show you, and that is the beauty of Glencoe, which has to be one of the most beautiful valleys in Scotland. A little bit cloudy out this morning, and just see the entrance to Glencoe. I'm gonna do a lap around the lake, around Glencoe village, so I'll come back and then I'll ride up the pass, and hopefully, because it's fairly early in the morning, the clouds will have cleared a bit by then. We'll see how it looks, but already pretty fantastic. Okay, well, I did a lap of Loch Leven and the weather hasn't improved but nor has it got worse, so I tell you, it could be a lot worse in Glencoe. It's dry, it's about 16 degrees. Let's do it. The road's a little bit busy. Last time I did this was in September and it was a lot quieter. But the road there's a lot of cyclists out as well, but there's for a bit there's this alternative gravel path which is great. Through the heather, alongside the river, away from the traffic. But it's only for a kilometre or so. And then it's back on the road. Getting into the pretty bit now. Still near the beginning, you can see the road snaking up the side of the hill over there. It's not a fearsome climb, it's fairly long, but it's a fairly easy grade. Stiffens up a bit nearer the top, but yeah, no problems. Anyway, up over the pass, down the other side into Glenetive, which is a long descent all the way down, never done it before, and then a long climb all the way back up. So a bit to do yet. Back at the top of Glencoe Pass, ready for some downhill action, and cue music. and that is basically it. That's the end of my Scottish Odyssey. It's been a fantastic couple of weeks. Seems like a million years ago I was out watching the men's road race, but it was only 10 days ago. Yeah, so it's been fantastic. That's the end. I'm going to head back home to Wales, and then next week I'm off on tour again. What a life, eh? But a very, very different kettle of fish. Anyway, I'll let you know more about that as it approaches. Okay, so as usual, please like and subscribe. You want a little clue about where I'm going next? All I'll say is hasta pronto, mis amigos. Okay, bye. On today's ride, out with this fantastic view in Glencoe.